I'm here at Raffles Hotel and today we are following the King of Mandopop, 万众期待的周杰伦 J. Chou, in search of the best food trail. I was lucky enough to be born in the era where I could witness J. Chou in his prime. The younger ones today wouldn't know the chokehold this guy had on the Mandopop industry in the early 2000s. From creating legendary tunes like 安静 and 黑色幽默, but still having the versatility to perform 双截棍 and 以父之名, J. Chou was your favorite Mandopop artist. J. Chou has performed in Singapore 6 times in the last decade, but has only been spotted in 3 food establishments, all of which we'll visit today. We start here at Raffles Hotel, where we'll be having lunch at Eat by Jereme Leung. This is a contemporary fine dining restaurant serving Chinese cuisine classics reimagined with a modern twist. I know you have heard this pitch 1,000 times. Showcase chef's creativity while preserving authenticity. Yeah, thanks Michelle. You're doing great on your marketing internship, darling. Do you know how hard it is to improvise on a cuisine with 5,000 years of history? If I get truffle, uni or caviar on my fried rice today, I'm scolding someone. Not the staff, of course. I'll probably scold one of you guys. Let's get it, guys. Hello. Hi. Yes, for one. Eldrick. Yeah. Yes. Oh, thank you. It's always a little dance to hear them talk about the menu, as though I wouldn't research the hell out of it if I'm spending money like this. It was never disclosed what J. Chou ate here, so I'm gonna go with what looks interesting. To start with, the cutlery is beautiful. Holy. Take a look at this. You even get 2 sets of chopsticks. Was there fine dining etiquette for Chinese cuisine? Why did none of you tell me? We even have a charger plate, which is this big plate under the small plate. It's the plate for the plate. You guys missed out on him introducing the amuse bush, preserved cherry tomatoes and green apples. Wow, really simple, but effective, I guess. This is just cut fruit and peeled tomatoes with a touch of either sour plum. Oh wait, we have to look at the duck. Sorry, guys. So he's just portioning out the skin first and then dislodging it. Skin comes off. Normally before the duck even cooks, they will blow into the skin for it to separate from the flesh, so that 1, it gets more crispy, and 2, it's way easier to carve. I'm generally not a fan of tableside things like this. Just cook in the kitchen, bro. Unless it has some sort of value add of actually finishing the dish next to the customer, which in my case is extra B-roll, so there's value add. Is that gold paint? Damn, well ordered, Eldrick. This looks amazing. The duck skin is perfect. There's this really beautiful streak of gold, but more importantly, the skin is so thin. This might be the highest elo skin I've seen in a while, man. No wonder they had to separate every one of them with a sheet of baking paper. And he has enough weight to carry everything. And while I was waiting, I felt a little naughty, so I threw the paper towel on the floor. It took them about 3 minutes to notice it. I am very impressed so far. Anyway, let's assemble a wrap. It feels really nice to hold. It's so thin, but at the same time still feels firm. Anyway. Wow. My goodness, I have so much to say about the duck. But the fried rice is getting cold in front of me, so give me a while. Masterclass. We talk about the basics. Maybe the passing criteria of fried rice is that it must be 粒粒香. No matter how much flavor you add into it, the way you control your moisture, you must ensure that each rice grain is full, plump, but can still stand on its own, with just the slightest amount of oil for it to slip and slide with each other. That's why in most fried rice recipes, they will say that you know your fried rice is ready when your fried rice starts to dance in the wok. After you get the texture there, then comes flavor. And the easiest way to add flavor to your fried rice is to add more ingredients. I am very surprised at the ingredient to rice ratio here. There is so much ham and shrimp that I want to say each spoonful is almost 1-to-1 in terms of weight, the rice versus the non-rice ingredients. If you fry rice at home and often wonder why is your fried rice bland, start adding things, especially fatty things, to your fried rice. You will make your fried rice taste much better. And if you are making egg fried rice, which is my next hit, they actually managed to squeeze so much egg into this fried rice. Obviously there is this egg floss, which is very skillful by the way. This is made by beating egg and running it through a sieve for it to be super smooth before running it through a sieve again into hot oil. So you get this super thin strands of deep fried egg, almost like a bird nest. And amongst every way of cooking an egg, deep frying an egg is the one that can bring out 蛋香 the most. So what all that means is that the 蛋香 in just this little plate of Yangzhou 炒饭 is really strong. And the last point is the amount of oil. Perfect. You can see each grain of rice just slightly sparkle with oil, but not so much such that it's unctuous and tiresome. There is, however, one tiny miss. There is no that burnt aspect of wok hei, which some people really enjoy. Notice that I didn't say that there's no wok hei. It's because wok hei is a bigger concept than just that burnt smell. And judging from the finish of the rice, I'm 100% confident that the wok was smoking like crazy when he was frying this. Compared to what is presented on the plate, the smoky scent is a cheap trick. If you really like it, you can just use a torch and torch your rice. The level of skill required to achieve this part of fried rice is exponentially more demanding than, burning your rice. And then we come back to the duck. At first I thought, one of the myths is that if you compare duck versus duck, this duck might not be better than the saoya that you have at your hawker centers. But then I realized, this is because they purposely kept the duck pure. When you combine the duck with the wraps, which again I have to say how skillfully made it is, and add it with the fruits, the cucumber, and especially the sauce, the nuance and the harmony is incredible. I'm especially impressed with this Yunnan rose petal sauce. Damn it man, I cannot tell you what is inside. It is fruity, salty and sweet, has umami from something like doenjang, and also have like layers of smells to it, particularly like a candy hawthorn. And then you add it with the cut rock melon. The wrap is not a juicy duck wrap that has the duck front and center, but instead uses the duck as a base to convey many layers of flavor. Normally when people reimagine traditional Chinese cuisine, they take the first thing they know about another cuisine, be it, caviar, be it foie gras, be it chutneys, and apply it to the dishes. But it is so impressive to stay here, to stay in Chinese cuisine and reinterpret the same dishes just a little bit, but the impact is so big. Think about how many plates of fried rice you have had before, and the difficulty it is to have the next plate of fried rice surprise you. When you have a good meal like this, it makes you very excited to ask, what do they have in stock for me for dessert? How cute is this? 天鹅湖的故事. The thing about cute food, right, is that you feel so uncomfortable spoiling it, but at the same time, a certain satisfaction. There's even the swan butt. The head is like a rice flour biscuit, but the more important part is the body, where there is allegedly durian. Wow, the skill level is crazy. The head is very cute, but it's whatever. The real deal is the body itself. On the outside, you have puff pastry, I believe, or 千层皮. They are the wings that they stamp and then they paste on it, and the body is a durian puff. The durian inside is actually mellow. They mix a bit of durian with, I believe, taro. It's not all durian. There's another starch with it, so the durian only lends the scent. The puff pastry, so brittle. It like flakes apart when you bite in, but yet still just strong enough to hold its shape. After you break through the layer, comes that warm, durian-scented paste. The top question to ask when having durian dessert is there any value add? Is there any point in making this rather than eating just durian? And they have added texture differences to the durian, as well as an element of temperature difference. I enjoy this almost as much as I enjoy eating durian, and that is very high praise. Okay, all done. Now comes the worst part of the meal, paying the bill. Let's get it over with. I'll see you guys at the next place. We are now at Founder's Bak Kut Teh. Allegedly, the founder of Bak Kut Teh knows Chou's parents and is in contact with them. Can anybody verify this? And then for all you die-hard Chou fans, this is not the outlet that he visited. That would be the one at Fog Road. I'm here at the one at Hotel Boss because the Fog Road one is closed today. I got the Founder Bak Kut Teh, which comes with one piece of long gu, and then we have 2 short ribs, and of course the garlic. And I also got their signature pork trotter, which they say is Zhu Ti, but this is not Zhu Ti, this is Zhu Jiao. Zhu Ti refers to the trotter itself, or at least that's how I understand it. You will almost always have Zhu Jiao when it comes to a Bak Kut Teh place. So, enough yapping, let's try the Bak Kut Teh first. When talking about Bak Kut Teh, people will always mention whether it's pepper versus herbal. That is secondary. The most important thing should be the taste of zugu or pork. And with the first sip of this soup, all I taste is seasoning. Soya sauce, garlic, white pepper, and I wanna say, don't quote me on this, a good bit of MSG. It's incredible how much my tongue is zinging. Only 5 teaspoons in. There is no porky depth of flavour. All I taste is seasoning. This was an unlock that I got when I had to cook vegetarian Bak Kut Teh for my dad. I got the spice bag, and then obviously I couldn't use meat, but I could still use garlic. And then combining all of that together with white pepper, I was very surprised how close I could get to real Bak Kut Teh. The key criteria when it comes to good Bak Kut Teh, right, is how much your HP goes up. Because that is why the dish was invented. Coolies that work at the dock all day felt really bad after working their muscles and joints for so long. They then realized, like how the rest of the world realized, if you boil water with bones and make a bone broth, you will feel much better. That's why bone broths are not something that's limited to any one cuisine. Everybody around the world found out that if you do this, your body will feel better. And drinking this now, I can't say that my HP is going up. I want a second person here. Doesn't this taste insane? It's like seasoned to the nines. Can't say I enjoy this. Anyway, next we have the zhu jiao. Well, the zhu jiao looks very good at least. You can just peel it apart using chopsticks. The zhu jiao is way more interesting. Texturally, you can see it's perfect, for this cut at least. The meat falls off the bone but still retains a certain satisfying bite to it. But more importantly is the sauce. There is significant layering to it. I taste a little bit of caramelized dark soy sauce or some sort of caramelized molasses or sugar. There has this like really nice bitterness to it. And also tang gui, if I'm not wrong, or something in the family. It is so surprising that the dark soy sauce for the zhu jiao is more nuanced than the Bak Kut Teh. Okay, let's wrap it up here. I'll see you guys at the last stop. We are now at Atlas Bar. And this must be one of the nicest bars I've ever been to. Ultra high ceiling and damn, what furnishing, that's crazy. And this might be my first time being to a proper cocktail bar. They categorize their cocktails based on technique and its unique selling point. Like there are cocktails that capitalize on temperatures, there's others that bank on carbonation. Whew. I'm not gonna pretend that I know the first thing about cocktails. I know a lot of things about getting drunk, but none of it pertains to cocktails. I am feeling some bubbles though. Something bubbly and citrusy, hopefully. This is too fancy. We've got champagne, Australian Shiraz gin, Banjan rum, raspberry, black lemon. So I would expect this to be spice and bright with luscious dark berry notes. What? Do y'all think that I knew all of that? Come on. Anyway, cheers. This tastes like kissing someone in Zouk while having haijiu in your mouth. We also got actual atas haijiu. This is a grape gummy. She told me to eat it between sips. It's nice to have money, Anyway, this week we'll do the recap here. Let me get this straight, Eldrick. You wanted to save money on the overseas arc, so you do a full local series, and in that series, your plan is to follow the most wealthy people in the world around one of the most expensive cities in the world. Anyway, recap proper. Eat by Jereme Leung. The food is so technically strong and sensible. There's only like 5 to 10% twist on every dish, but just backed with such great technique. On top of that, the service is the best I've ever experienced, I think. I got to speak with 3 servers, all super courteous, all very considerate, all asked if the food is good, if I enjoyed it, if I need anything else. I think I lost the thank you, you're welcome battle. I'm not sure how I lost. How did they even say you're welcome without me saying thank you? Towards the end of the meal, every time they left my table, they will press their hand against my pot of tea to check the tea temperature, and then eventually they replace the whole pot. The decor as well, really pretty. The entrance, oh my god. Apparently, it follows the story of Pangku, but I'm not familiar with that story. I'm here for the food. But there is one miss that I didn't mention. Where the duck is my duck? This is supposed to be half a duck. When he carved it down, there was still a lot of meat left on the carcass. I didn't want to say it straight up because I was thinking maybe they will repurpose it for something. Maybe they might ask me later whether I want to, fried rice or want to chop it up and eat it as is. But there is a lot of meat gone because I'm pretty sure I'm only served like the breast and maybe a drumstick, and everything else is gone. I think this is the way Cui Pia is done, but I believe there should be a follow-up. I seem to recall the last time I had this, they asked me if I wanted to fry the duck meat with the bihun or something. I could be wrong, let me know. And then next, founder Bak Kut Teh. Just before I left, I was looking at their feature wall. Not just Chou, your whole Mandopop Spotify playlist is there. Xiao Jingteng went there, Lin Junjie went there, what's his name? Chen Yixun. This founder knows everybody, but I'm not sure if he knows how this outlet is doing. I really want to do a Bak Kut Teh series. It's been too long since I had good Bak Kut Teh, and I feel like everybody is gaslighting me into thinking that this should be Bak Kut Teh. But how can a pork bone tea not have the taste of bone broth? Isn't it not right? How can a dish known for its depth of flavor be so shallow? My last Bak Kut Teh was at KL, at Hinki, and even that one was very immature. Maybe I'll just cook Bak Kut Teh this weekend, just to ungaslight myself. So that brings us to the verdict. 1 plate I'll walk for the dish, 2 plates I'll take a bus for the dish, and 3 plates I'll go anywhere in Singapore for the dish. And today's food trail is 3, 1. I'm not gonna give a rating to Atlas. I don't think it means anything. Willing to travel anywhere in Singapore for a bar? The description kind of falls apart. But I will say that it is the most beautiful bar. I was very tempted to give founder 0, but the Zhu Jiao saved it a bit, which makes me very itchy for a Bak Kut Teh series actually. I feel like I want to drink more Bak Kut Teh just to prove myself wrong or right. Just stop the gaslight, let me know the truth. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys this time. Thank you so much for the recommendations. I think we are pretty set for the full 10 episodes. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. I think it's very interesting. Without this series, I don't think I will ever go to these places. So I'm excited for the upcoming episodes. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!